Hi CDW, today is Thursday, May 7th, and I hope this video finds you all well. Let's start today's video by wishing both Connor Lee and Subin Lee very happy birthdays. Hold on. That is the traditional pot slamming birthday celebration. Happy birthday to both of you, many, many more. Hopefully you find some time to have some fun and celebrate today. Happy birthday. As we all know, at this point, hopefully all of you know, our school closure is going to extend until the end of the school year. And look, we are all incredibly disappointed, due to the way that this panned out. I think all of us had a little shred of hope left that we would be able to come back together in the building and just be back together and doing the middle school thing that we all love and miss so much. However, that is not the case. But I don't want you all to I know it's disappointing, but let's stay focused, let's stay positive. Let's really show that our CDW spirit, and I want all of you to know, students, student families, that we are going to do whatever we can to celebrate our school virtually. As I shared during the last video, we are going to have our virtual CDW coffee house, and there are many, many other events that we will be planning because we want to really keep celebrating and keep focusing on our togetherness as opposed to the fact that we are not physically together in the building. That said, we were hoping, as I said, that this would be a temporary thing, e-learning. It's not. So we have to just realize this, accept this, and we want everyone to finish strong. We want to make this the most positive experience possible. And that's going to require just a slight shift in angles, the way we're approaching things on a daily basis. So in this email, I shared a couple of guidelines and new updated guidelines and expectations for e-learning, especially for live video sessions on Google Hangout. Originally, I shared those in April, but now that we know the end of the closure won't be until the end of the school year, we just need to tweak some things slightly so that everyone's time is optimized. You can learn as much as you can, students, in the 7 or so weeks that we have left during our e-learning. So hopefully you've had a chance to review those. If not, do so after this video. I do want to go through a couple of these new guidelines that will actually make things a lot easier for parents, guardians, as well as students. I know it might not seem that way at first, but really, if you think about it, we need to be as focused as we can so that you end the year learning as much as you can and having as many educational experiences that we can provide virtually. Now, that said, we're going to go through a couple of these newly revamped guidelines. You'll see that everything in the blue font, when you do read the document, those are the new guidelines that we have added because we now know we have a year, the closure will extend. Okay, the first is we're trying to recreate a classroom environment, which has its challenges, especially when you're not in a classroom. That said, that requires students to attend Google Meets. Okay, so moving forward from today on, we encourage students to go into every Google Meet that is offered to them, but we know that that might not be realistic at times, given home situations. Totally understandable. However, some of you have been able to attend all your Google Meets, and we thank you. All of you who have been really putting the effort forth to get involved and keep your school process as normal as possible by live interaction with teachers. That's the whole point of this. It's not to give you one more thing to do. It's actually to allow interaction between students and teachers. So moving forward, as of starting today, teachers are doing multiple Google Meets per week, all of which were mandatory. However, now we will require one of the 3 or 4, however many your teachers are doing. We need students to attend at least one, which we think is extremely reasonable. And students, this is a chance for you to be responsible to access your teacher's Google Classrooms, to find out when the sessions are offered, and figure out when you can attend. Hopefully you can attend all of them. However, one is mandatory. What that will do is it will allow teachers to have that face-to-face interactive experience that lets them know how you're doing. Okay, so again, 1 Google Classroom per subject as they are offered per week. Not too much to ask. That's the minimum. If you can do more, please do more, students. It will benefit you as well as allow your teachers to reach you virtually with all of the material that they're trying to have you retain and learn, and we know the challenges. But minimum of 1, but remember, you are encouraged to attend as many as possible. Also, we do understand that there will be times that could be an issue. Hopefully that's rare because we're trying to allow flexibility for home schedules. So 1 session should be doable. In the event that that's not doable, parents or students, we ask that you just email those teachers just to give them a heads up. But for the most part, it really shouldn't be an issue. Do your best to get into as many Google Meets as you can. Also, when you're involved in the interactive Google Meet sessions, there are a couple of things that we need to address now that this is going to be our only source of live interaction for the rest of the year. We're going to ask that you follow teachers' directions, okay? That means that you'll be required to show your camera, to either turn on or turn off your microphone. We're going to increase interaction, which means we don't want to see black screens that are just blocked out. We don't want silence at times. This is going to involve you acting as if you're in a classroom. And that is exactly what we're trying to do the best we can. In the classroom, you are in your teacher's line of vision, you are participating or listening, actively listening. We understand that that's how some of you learn best also. But you have to follow the prompts of your teachers, okay? Blacked out screens when you are asked to give a response or even just a nod or to raise your hand, to turn on your microphone, to turn it off. Those are non-negotiables at this point. We need you to do that so that we can provide as much instruction as possible. Also, we know that a lot of you have your own, we give you the option to upload your own Google profile image. And that's, that can be fun and it allows you to express yourself. And most of them are absolutely fine, whether it's a sports team or just a font or a saying or maybe a GIF or something, or GIF, however that's pronounced. However, I have been noticing, your teachers have been noticing, that a couple of students have made their Google profile something that really is not completely school appropriate. It might be from a funny meme or something that perhaps you're allowed to access at home, but students, I'm going to give you until the end of today to review your Google profile image. Again, majority of them are absolutely fine. But students, if it's something that you think might not be appropriate for school based on what it represents or just what it depicts, we're going to ask you to change that. We don't want to go and just give everyone the same profile image, but we will if we need to. I don't think that's going to be the case. But just, again, act as if you're in the classroom, act as if your teachers are interacting with you, and your Google profile should reflect something that is more appropriate. Also, if you have a picture of yourself, that's fine. If you have a picture of another student, that is not okay. So some of you have pictures of other students for your profile picture. That needs to be changed immediately. And find something else. Just find something else that fits the guidelines that I just went through. In the event that doesn't happen, I will reach out and have students change them. And again, we're trying to avoid having to just give everyone like the night emblem or whatever Google, standard Google photo or Google image we can assign. Be responsible. We trust you as middle schoolers, and we know that you'll make the right decision here. Also, there are the rest of the rules in the document that are outlined. Those were shared previously. But guys, the bottom line is this. We want you to be as respectful as we know you can be. We want you to be as engaged as we know you can be. And that requires a slight shift in all of the things that I just mentioned. Okay? We are so proud of all of you who are following those rules and working incredibly hard. Believe me, you are recognized. Those of you that may have had some challenges, maybe you're not doing all of your assignments, maybe you need to kind of re-look at how you're going to finish up strong for the end of the year. Now is the time. Today is when you start. If you know, and all of you know, you listen to that voice in your head, and you say to yourself, you know, I could take this a little bit more seriously, I can put a little more effort in. Now's the time. Seize the opportunity and do so. Attend those live sessions and get involved and put your best foot forward. We know you can do it, and we know that you will make the right decision. Again, this is all to help you get the most out of the rest of the school year. It's seriously that simple. And again, thank you for all of you who are cooperating, and thank you to all of you who will take a new step and start to really, really put more effort forth and to seize the rest of this year. Okay. Now, it is Thursday, which means that we have this day in history. And on May 7th in 1994, Norway's most famous painting, The Scream by Edvard Munch, was recovered 3 months after it was stolen. It's this one. You guys all know this picture. I always wondered what his problem was. I mean, I know there's speculation, but it looks like me when I come home from CDW and see my kitchen. But this was stolen, and then it was recovered in May 7th in 1994, and it was found by police undamaged in a hotel a few miles outside of Oslo in Norway. That was today's day in history. I want to go through a few more things that I know I reviewed, but I want to make sure that you are all aware of them. First off, 7th and 8th grade emails. They are ready. Thank you to all you parents, guardians, students who filled out the appropriate forms. It took a little bit of time, but it's going to be worth it. Miss Tatiana now is currently rolling out the Gmail system. And students, what this will allow, obviously, is for you to email your teachers directly and for your teachers to do so accordingly. And also it allows you to email your classmates. Now, the one thing based on the agreement that was listed in the agreement, you are only to use this responsibly. Remember, keep in mind, it is a school-issued right. Actually privilege, not a right. It's school-issued, and we want you to use it as a helpful tool. That said, keep your interaction and your emailing between only CDW adults or students, and really only use it as you need to. Keep in mind that the purpose is really for communication, and just be aware of what you're sharing, how you're wording things, how you're phrasing things. Unfortunately, email doesn't allow for people to read emotional content or how you're saying something. So again, 7th and 8th graders, be responsible. We have complete faith in your maturity and your ability to use this tool effectively. So you will start to see that it will come online. You'll have access to the Gmail app in your Google system. And that will, by tomorrow, I would say, based on the way Miss Tatiana explained how the rollout works, everyone should have access by tomorrow afternoon in 7th and 8th grade. So again, be responsible, use it wisely, use it effectively. Also, the Ultipan Environmental Commission, as I shared in the past, is hosting a photo contest. Basically, you need to just go out, snap a quick photo of something that is environmentally themed, and submit it to the link that has been shared in this email. And I believe they will be picking winners, and they will also be posting a virtual photo show on various websites, town websites, in the near future. So make sure you get involved with that if you see something outside that might fall into that category of being environmentally themed. Also, as I mentioned, I will be doing this on a weekly basis. There is the lunch cart. The good old lunch cart is located in front of the main doors to CDW. I will be collecting non-perishable food items for the Center for Food Action, and I will deliver all of those on Fridays. It's a tough time. I mean, there's no doubt about that. And there are certain families that will benefit from a little relief as far as food anxiety or nutrition anxiety due to their financial situation. So if you're able to, of course, we know CDW, our school family is incredibly generous and thoughtful, and that will be out there from between 10 and 1 o'clock on a daily basis, that little cart. Just put it on there, there's a sign, and we thank you all in advance for your generosity and thoughtfulness. And I feel like I've been talking for 2 years right now. So I want all of you to please have a great rest of the day. Enjoy the weather. I'm not going to do the weather report. Just take a look outside. Put your arm out the front door, feel the weather, and get outside. Take a screen break. And I just want to thank everyone for their continued cooperation and for your anticipated cooperation with these new guidelines for e-learning. We will get through this. We're proud of everyone, and we are so incredibly thankful for our teachers and our school families and our students and everyone else who's in this with us. And remember, it's our togetherness that counts, not our separation, and not the fact that we're not in our building. So again, thank you all. Have a good rest of the day, and we'll see you.